A small rabbit was hopping anxiously around the forest. He was in a rush to get to the lake before sunset. The rabbit was worried he wouldn't be able to make it in time. As the rabbit raced through the trees, he noticed an old turtle crossing the path ahead of him. The rabbit slowed down and called out to the turtle, asking how he could possibly move so slowly when the sun was setting. The rabbit was surprised by the turtle's calm demeanor and asked if the turtle wasn't afraid of what might happen after dark. The turtle stopped for a moment to turn around and look at the rabbit. He told the rabbit that there was nothing to fear and that staying still was safer than moving around. The turtle also pointed out that the rabbit was the one who seemed anxious, not him. The rabbit couldn't understand how the turtle could be so relaxed, considering they were both about to face the same dangers after sunset. Frustrated, the rabbit continued his journey to the lake. When he arrived, the rabbit found that the water had risen overnight and the log he usually used to cross was now underwater. He tried jumping onto the log, but it was too slippery and he fell into the water. The rabbit struggled to swim to shore, but the current was strong and he started to panic. Just then, the turtle appeared and calmly swam over to the struggling rabbit. He told the rabbit to relax and hold his breath, and then grabbed the rabbit's leg and pulled him to the shore. The rabbit coughed and spluttered as he made his way back to solid ground. He thanked the turtle for saving him and asked why the turtle hadn't been scared when the sun went down. The turtle replied that he wasn't scared because he'd seen many sunsets just like this one. He also mentioned that the rabbit's anxiety didn't make sense because being nervous wouldn't change anything. The rabbit apologized for being rude earlier and admitted that he wished he could be more like the turtle. The turtle smiled and said that if the rabbit really wanted to learn, he could spend the night with the turtle and observe his habits. The rabbit eagerly accepted the offer and followed the turtle back to his home. That night, the rabbit noticed that the turtle didn't seem to worry about the darkness or the sounds of the forest. The rabbit also noticed that the turtle slept very soundly. The rabbit decided to follow the turtle's advice and try to stay still. However, every time the rabbit tried to relax, he would start to feel more and more nervous. He couldn't understand why the turtle could sleep so easily while he himself was struggling to stay calm. Just when the rabbit was about to give up, he remembered the turtle's words about not worrying and decided to give it another try. This time, instead of fighting his nervousness, the rabbit closed his eyes and tried to focus on the sound of the wind and the crickets. As the night wore on, the rabbit gradually calmed down and was eventually able to drift off to sleep. In the morning, the rabbit woke up feeling refreshed and full of energy. He thanked the turtle for helping him learn how to stay calm and still. The rabbit knew that he wouldn't be able to sleep like that every night, but he was grateful for the experience and promised to try to apply what he learned in the future. The turtle smiled and said that he was glad the rabbit had enjoyed his company and learned something new. The two friends spent the rest of the day together, talking and relaxing. The rabbit shared with the turtle everything he learned during the night, and the turtle gave him some tips on how to stay calm in different situations. They talked about how important it is to find ways to relax and stay calm in times of stress and anxiety. The rabbit told the turtle about his busy life and all the things he had to do during the day. The turtle listened patiently and offered words of wisdom and encouragement. They discussed the importance of taking time to appreciate the beauty of nature and the lessons that can be learned from it. The rabbit told the turtle about his plans for the future and the goals he wanted to achieve. The turtle gave him advice on how to stay focused and motivated and never give up on his dreams. The rabbit shared with the turtle his fears and worries, and the turtle helped him to see things in a different perspective. They talked about how important it is to believe in yourself and your abilities and to face your fears with courage. The rabbit and the turtle became good friends and started spending more time together. They went on walks in the forest, sat by the lake, and talked for hours. The rabbit learned a lot from the turtle and was grateful for their friendship. One day, the rabbit was telling the turtle about his adventures in the forest when he suddenly stopped. He realized that he hadn't heard the usual sounds of birds and insects. He looked around and saw that the forest was completely silent. The rabbit felt a sense of dread and fear and started to panic. He told the turtle that something must have happened to the forest and that they needed to leave quickly. The rabbit began to run away, but the turtle calmly stopped him and told him to think about what he was doing. The turtle explained that running away wouldn't solve anything and that it was important to stay calm and assess the situation. The rabbit took a deep breath and tried to relax, but he couldn't help but feel nervous. The turtle told him that it was normal to feel scared, but that it was important to control his emotions. The turtle suggested that they stay put and wait until the forest came back to life. The rabbit agreed and they sat down to wait. After a few minutes, the silence was broken by the sound of birds chirping and insects buzzing. The forest slowly came back to life and the rabbit felt a sense of relief. He thanked the turtle for helping him stay calm and for showing him the importance of controlling his emotions. The rabbit realized that panicking wouldn't have solved anything and that staying calm and rational was the best way to deal with any situation. From that day on, the rabbit made sure to take a deep breath and stay calm whenever he felt anxious or scared. He knew that panicking wouldn't help and that facing his fears with courage and a clear mind was the best way to overcome them. The rabbit and the turtle remained good friends and continued to go on adventures together. They faced many challenges, but the rabbit never panicked again. Instead, he took a deep breath and stayed calm, knowing that everything would work out in the end. The two friends continued to explore the forest and learn from each other. They discovered new paths and places and had many exciting adventures. The rabbit learned to appreciate the wisdom and calmness of the turtle, and the turtle admired the curiosity and energy of the rabbit. As the seasons changed, the forest went through many transformations. The leaves turned colors and fell to the ground, covering the forest floor in a blanket of gold and red. The air grew colder and the days shorter, but the rabbit and the turtle continued to explore. They saw animals preparing for winter, storing food, and building cozy nests. They also saw plants changing colors and slowing down their growth as winter approached. The rabbit and the turtle learned about the cycles of nature and how all living things are affected by the changing seasons. Despite the cold weather, the rabbit and the turtle continued to go on adventures together. They explored the snowy forest, slid down hills, and played in the snow. The rabbit loved the winter season because it was a time for fun and joy. The turtle, on the other hand, preferred to stay inside during the winter months. He liked to bask in the sun and read books. The rabbit and the turtle had different ways of enjoying the winter, but they respected each other's preferences. During one of their winter adventures, the rabbit and the turtle came across a group of young animals playing in the snow. The animals were having fun, but they were also being reckless and careless. The turtle warned the young animals about the dangers of winter and told them to be more careful. The young animals didn't listen and continued to play. The rabbit and the turtle shook their heads and continued on their way. Soon after, the rabbit and the turtle came across a family of squirrels gathering nuts for the winter. The squirrels were working hard, but they were also singing and laughing. The rabbit and the turtle joined the squirrels and helped them gather nuts. They worked together as a team and were able to collect a lot of nuts for the winter. The rabbit and the turtle continued to explore the forest and help the other animals prepare for winter. They learned that even though winter was a challenging season, it was also a time for community and cooperation. As winter turned into spring, the forest came back to life. Flowers bloomed, birds returned, and animals came out of their winter homes. The rabbit and the turtle were happy to see the forest changing again. They watched as nature recovered from the harsh winter and embraced the warmer temperatures and longer days. The rabbit and the turtle continued to explore the forest and enjoy the beauty of spring. They saw baby animals being born and plants growing rapidly. They learned that spring was a time for new beginnings and hope. The rabbit and the turtle remained good friends and continued to go on adventures together. They faced many challenges, but they always supported and helped each other. Through their friendship, they learned the importance of appreciating the natural world and the lessons it had to teach. The rabbit and the turtle continued to live in the forest, exploring, learning, and growing together. Their friendship was a testament to the power of acceptance and understanding.